Hello and welcome to ChemHelp ASAP. So in the previous video we talked about alkanes. These are molecules, hydrocarbon molecules that contain sp3 hybridized carbons. Now we're going to move on to alkenes and alkynes, and these contain sp2 and sp hybridized carbons respectively. So for alkenes, we're going to have, note that we changed the suffix. They're no longer alkanes, they're alkenes. And then we'll go to alkynes as well, and we're indicating that we have sp2 hybridized carbons and sp hybridized carbons. So we have written ethane. Ethane is one of our alkenes, sp3 hybridized carbons. When we put sp2 hybridized carbons, this now becomes an alkene. It's no longer an alkane. Which alkene? Specifically, it's ethene. Ethene is the alkene, and eth means that we have two carbons. One, two. If we have a triple bond between those two carbons, it's ethyne, and the eth again indicates that we have two carbons. So we can have longer chains. We could have something like, this is a 3-carbon chain. Let's number it from this end, and we'll talk about that in a second. This would be propene. You get the idea. We change the suffix, and that tells us that we have a new feature or functional group in the molecule, an alkene. Okay, so let's go to, we've done a lot with hexane, so let's go to hexene now. When you put alkenes into a chain, then you can put these in different positions. And just as we can name the position of branch groups, we can name the position of alkenes. So this is a 6-carbon chain, 1, 2 to 6. 1, 2 to 6. And these are different. They're isomers of one another, and we'll use a number to say where the alkene is. So you could write 1 hexene. That's one style you'll encounter. You'll also see hex 1-ene, where you put the number in the middle. I sort of favor the first, but the new style, it puts it in the middle. This one is different. The alkene actually begins at the 2nd carbon. This would be 2-hexene instead, so we can distinguish these two structures, these two isomers. Now sometimes we'll have alkenes, and this is a 6-carbon molecule. This is going to be 1-hexene again, but we can have extra groups coming off. So here's our 1-hexene, and our 1-hexene has a 1-carbon chain coming off of it. This is a methyl group. And again, the YL tells us it's a substituent. So this would be, it would be 1-hexene with a group coming off, and this is going to be a 4-methyl group. Now notice a feature that we'll encounter in our names. One, there are typically no spaces in our names. So that's particular to the style of writing these chemical names. And we will use dashes in our names, and our dashes fall between numbers and letters. So we don't just cram numbers and letters next to each other. We break them up by putting dashes between numbers and letters. So there are no spaces, and we use dashes to separate our numbers and letters. So again, there are a lot of different rules, and we certainly don't know how to name every alkene or alkyne that we would encounter, but these are the basic ideas so that when you see a name that refers to some kind of alkene, butene, or hexene, you can handle these types of molecules.